In terms of sequences, the most common type of sequence that you'll encounter in tonal music is the circle of fifths sequence, which is aptly named because it consists of a series of roots related by descending fifths or ascending fourths, since fourths and fifths are inversions of each other. Um, Typically, you'll find that happening in the bass line. So you'll notice here we have such a progression. Uh, we have the circle of fifths outlining a descending line. If you look every other note, G to F sharp to E to D, and every other note starting with the second pitch, C to B to A, eventually going to G. So this is considered a circle of fifths progression, and let's take a listen to see how this sounds. Probably not very uncommon in terms of the music you've listened to. It's probably a very familiar progression of chords going from the beginning to the end. And this is in the key of G major. We're starting on the one chord and ending on the one chord once again, but we're unifying the whole musical progression. You'll see we have a sequential pattern going on here. You'll notice it repeats every two quarter note beats, that this pattern, kind of this line here followed by a descending line, and then repeats again as it moves down by step. And then it changes slightly as we conclude the progression. So this is an example of a circle of fifths sequence. Oftentimes, the circle of fifths sequence or progression will consist of, just like in this example, several pairs of chords, but sometimes it's just as few as two chords or three chords. So a circle of fifths progression may just account for tonic, or I'm sorry, tonic, a tonic progression, a dominant to tonic progression that you might find here. It might encompass more than two chords, but anytime you outline a fifth or a descending fifth or an ascending fourth in the bass line root relationship, you have a circle of fifths progression occurring.